So they say the best camera is the one you have on you. Today I'm gonna put that to the test. I'm gonna go shoot some street images using just an iPhone XS. I've had this iPhone for over a year now. It's been kind of my daily camera in a sense. I don't know if I genuinely subscribe to the best camera is the one you have on you, but I always have this on me, so this ends up getting most of the shots I take. My wife is out of town right now, so she took the 5D Mark IV, and I still wanted to go out, shoot, and make images, so I thought what better way to challenge myself this week than to not use a professional camera, still use a $1,000 camera, but let's pit it up against some of the photos I took in the last video from last week and just kind of see how it compares. Last week I went out and shot completely monochrome because it was a super gloomy day. Today it is incredibly sunshiny. It is about 50 degrees outside, so I'm excited to go out, make some images happen. But I kind of want to use this as a test to see A, can I get good shots with my iPhone, and B, can I take good shots in the middle of the day with harsh shadows and harsh sunlight? So with all of that out of the way, let's put the GoPro on, let's get a POV shot going, and let's go make some images on an iPhone. So what I'm really looking for are some like deep shadows. That is the nice thing about shooting on the iPhone is you can literally just throw it up and see what a composition looks like, live view, super quick. But I said I was looking for deep shadows, and that's why I've come down here instead of going downtown. Is this like bridge obviously provides that, even though there's no foliage. We'll see what we can come up with. I wish the shadows were a bit different. Oh wow, this is super muddy. Let's do something like that. I think that could look cool. Hold on, let's just go around the corner. Okay, so maybe we can do pretty much the exact same shot from the other side, but we can just do like that. I might have to go to another location because these shadows are not hitting the way I was hoping. Because it's 1:30, so the sun's still pretty high. Trying to have the shadows create separation in the images. Okay, time to go home and see what we got. Alright, so I just went through all the photos, put them in Lightroom, put an edit on them. I was not planning on doing a lot of those photos in black and white, but that's just kind of what I thought the photos called for in post. I was shooting the whole time trying to focus on getting hard shadows so I could do like this dark and light, but I wanted it to be in color. but I tried it on a lot of these photos and it really just wasn't working out, and I thought it looked better in black and white. That being said, I do not like these photos as much as I do the ones I took last week. And I don't think it's because of subject matter. I don't think it's because of composition. I think it truly is because having a professional camera really does make a huge difference. In a setting like this, in a street shooting, high sunlight brightness, crazy shadow settings, having a 5D Mark IV is a better bet than having an iPhone XS. And I mean, you can even see right here in the side-by-side comparison of the courthouse building in Lafayette I took last week and today. One is with a Canon 5D Mark IV, one is with an iPhone XS. I did what I could with it, but the problem with an iPhone is that I'm not shooting RAW. I'm just using the in-camera app, the one that comes with the phone. So I'm not shooting RAW, I'm not getting as much room to play with the image like I would on a 5D Mark IV. And I honestly think it shows. I think there's a lot of detail missing, there's a lot of wiggle room in the 5D Mark IV when it comes to shadows, blacks, whites, and highlights that you just really can't mess around with too much, or else you get this weird dark ghosting effect kind of in the sky. And so that kind of leaves me with the question, is the best camera the one you have on you? Yes and no. Yes, because if you don't have a camera at all, you're not going to get a shot, therefore it's not going to be the best camera. It'll be better to have something over nothing. But is that the best camera for the shot? Absolutely not. If I have the ability, I'm gonna bring the best camera with me to certain shoots. To get the most out of my shots, I need to personally have the right gear. I really do like some of these compositions, like this shot especially. I really liked how this looked, and I think it looks great on an iPhone, but I think it could look even better with a professional camera. And so that's that. Hopefully I don't use an iPhone for photography in harsh light like this again, but I do think it's cool because I do have moment camera lenses for the iPhone that I actually utilize a lot when I go overseas and travel, because I do want to travel light and not have a professional setup with me, and so putting moment lenses on my iPhone does make a huge difference because I love shooting wide angles. But that being said, if I had the option to have the 5D Mark IV with the exact lens I want, I would take that 10 times out of 10 over an iPhone. But that's just me. Maybe I'll try this test again in a different location, doing portraits or something like that, to really get a sense of what an iPhone camera can do, because for me and the way I shoot, street shooting is not necessarily my thing, and shooting it on an iPhone is not necessarily the way I want to do it. But I wouldn't know that unless I did this test today for myself. By the time I post my next video, I'll be in Madrid, and when I'm in Madrid, Spain, I'm really hoping to film a cool street photography video there. Not with an iPhone, but maybe a camera comparison between two different cameras. So if you want to see more of these photography videos, be sure to hit subscribe, leave a like on this video, and I would love to see you guys in the comments just kind of giving your take on if you think the best camera is the one you have on you, or if it's not. I'm looking forward to good discussion in the comments, and I will see you guys next Thursday or next Wednesday for members.